Okay, so I'm sorry I look scary right now. Nobody even cares what I say about my face. Anyway, I kind of wanted to unload this on one of my sites. I'm not sure if I should do this, but this is just for me in case if I forget. This is just for me because they like to erase my memory and they like to alter my DNA. They like to alter my makeup. And so I know everybody knows that I've been attacked by remote viewers and the gang stalking, like, I don't know if it's like a simulation or a layout or what it is, whatever the rules are for that. They use it sometimes, but this was literally just to get rid of me from existence. They told me they wanted me to not exist anywhere. They told me that they did not want my spirit to exist. They wanted to get rid of my energy completely, like nothing. They don't want Alexa to exist. I tried to explain to this retarded whatever this is, this programming that talks to me through DEWs. I know some of these are humans talking to me, some of these are not humans. I think it's like chat bots or something, but they're basically clones of people's personalities, right? So I'm gonna try to explain this so that it makes sense to somebody who doesn't go through things like this. So I've been getting hit by them for so long. They have tried to steal my identity over and over and over. They said a million techniques. They have used like my name for bank accounts. They told me that one of them is an illegal immigrant. She stole my information and she's trying to make it look like I live somewhere else while they use her as a sex worker or something. I'm not sure, but they tell me things like this. Alexa, you're supposed to be a sex worker. You're never gonna get a job. You need to start doing videos. You need to start becoming a sex worker. And I'm just like, no. So what did they do? They just started videotaping me against my will. I wasn't sure what those little flashes that randomly appear. I thought this was like electric current just hitting my house sometimes. Like, I thought maybe a plane had flown over and there was some kind of like statical stuff. I don't know if that's a word. In the ionosphere, I thought that there was something happening and I would just see like a flash, right? And I'd be like, oh, it's like electricity coming through. And so anyways, they've been taking pictures and videotaping me. I've seen drones. I've seen about 5 now, different kinds of drones. I've seen orange lights in my window at nighttime when I'm trying to sleep. And I was not sleeping when I saw it. I literally rolled over, I sat up and I saw them in the window. I rolled over and I tried to go back to sleep. My dumbass did not think about taking a video at the time because I actually had no camera on my phone at that time. I was using a piece of crap phone that didn't have the camera working on it. And I don't know if that was them that turned it off, but they always told me, you're not allowed to use your camera, you're not allowed to use your camera, and then it didn't work. This one is a brand new phone. So anyway, I found out through long conversations with these pieces of shit that talk to me. They are into kids. They told me all of them are into kids. They wanted me to be a child when they came into my biofield, but they knew automatically I was not a child because I'm covered in tattoos. I mean, like I have tattoos and I have colorful hair most of the time. I have also had braces when I was younger. I do not have braces, so I have had dental work done, and now my teeth aren't that great. And obviously, being what I was like 29, like I was drinking and stuff, not doing drugs, but like, yeah, I used to drink back then, like more, like going out and stuff. So, anyways, I heard the girl persona say, I'm supposed to be in an 11-year-old. And I was like, it's just weird. Like, I'm just going to say this really quick. I was like, why are you in here? I was like, don't get stuck inside my brain, because the guy had been stuck in me for like 8 months by himself. He was stuck in here just talking to me by himself. He would never shut up. Then he invited this girl persona. I said, don't get stuck in here. And she goes, I'm supposed to be doing driving lessons with you. And then she explained to me that she was 14 and that she was deceased. So I was supposed to believe that these things were dead, like they were spirits. I had thought for the whole first like 3 years that these were spirits talking to me, like they were. I kind of felt bad for them, and then they started really hurting me and being disgusting and like raping me and shit. So then I stopped being nice to them over time, okay? But for the first like year to the second year, I really thought that this younger person's voice was like a kid, okay? So then I find out that this is just a program because I hired a detective to look into my phone. I don't think he really looked at it, but I saw some things before I wasn't able to get the information anymore. It's called child opera. So they talk into like their phone or like a walkie-talkie or something. I have heard an old man voice on like a walkie-talkie before. So I have a couple times I've heard like, and then all of a sudden I'm like, where is it coming from? Obviously these people sit outside my house and they have their devices there, and they can hear me and they can see where I am in my apartment. Some of them are remote viewers, and I'm going to explain that to you since nobody seems to understand. Even though they're explaining to you that sleeper agents are in America, the news all year has said, beware sleeper agents in America. And people are like, oh my god, there's people here, where are they? And I'm over here like, there's remote viewers in my head, they're in my house, they're raping my boyfriend, they're raping my cats, I can see them, he's complaining to me, oh my god, it's on top of me, what is this thing touching me? And then I see them running around. Like the whole time this has happened, when I thought it was a spirit, it was still doing that. But now I know what it is. I can see them running through here. It's just graphene, black boxes that just go through the house. And sometimes it'll be like a white static also, so I don't know if that's different energy. I understand what it is. A lot of it is strontium, smart mist, things like that. And then the graphene and the other stuff that I've had to learn because the algorithm can hear them. And then my phone tells me what it is when I open it. It's like, what are they doing? Just scrolling around. Oh, here's an article. It explains what happens when people project themselves out of their body. Oh my god. Who would have thought that a phone would pick up on a bunch of people talking shit all day for 5 years straight? So anyways, now that I kind of know how to explain this, yes, there are remote viewers in my presence, and they do move close to me. Every single time I move, somebody moves by my apartment again, in the same apartment building or a house next to me, and they point their shit at me, sit in their car, do crack or meth or heroin or acid or all of it, I don't know. They tell me alcohol is illegal. They always tell me alcohol is illegal, Alexa, alcohol is illegal. I'm like, that's the only thing that's legal that you're doing. Like, you can't do all that shit, and you can't keep blowing it in my face because I smell it. And I taste weird stuff sometimes, and it is not me. Now I'm gonna say again, I'm sorry I'm ugly right now, but I didn't have time to do my makeup because sometimes they just mess with my brain to the point I can't remember this stuff. So, I want to explain something that is very messed up that I finally understand right now. When they told me they did not want me to exist, they really meant that they picked me, and then they told me I was a sacrifice, right? Even though I'm not a child, even though I was on a path to, like, all I wanted to do was love someone and to work and be with them and better myself and help the world. I don't know. They just picked me. So anyways, what they started doing is using my brain, my human cell computer, as a server for the internet. They hooked up whatever as a router. I'm not sure how that works. Hooked something up to me, and oh, it's a drone. And they don't want me to say what service it is because I know what service it is. I've seen it pop up on my phone when I don't connect to Wi-Fi. It says I'm connected to it's a wireless drone. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Anyways. So yes, there's a drone following me with a wireless router, and it connects to my human cell computer brain, and then it attaches to my phone number and my WBAN, and they said projects things into my brain. So what they have done is they have put labels around in my head and in my biofield, and they put like disgusting shit in there. Like there's pedophilia shit, and there's they're into dark web videos, they're into murder. The only thing I don't understand why this system will literally hear you say something one time and it will get excited. If you ever watched a South Park episode where they were talking about murder porn because the adults started watching true crime, and then they would all like be addicted to it, right? They called it murder porn. I watched that South Park episode, and I would just let them play all the episodes, and then eventually it would come on. Oh my gosh, my bad. I am so sorry that you are part of something that has to pick out something disgusting like that to be obsessed with. So they started watching it, and they started brainwashing themselves because they do acid all the time. Like the actual people who are doing this to me that are close by, I don't know, because some of these people are not even living in this town, but they're still trying to do something to me. I'm not even sure at this point. So yes, they do drugs, and then they make this idea of, oh, Alexa's okay with this because it was on that show she was watching, or she kind of looks like this celebrity, so let's tell people that this is her. Or they'll take like a picture from my childhood and they'll post it somewhere and be like, this is the girl you're gonna be trying to kill today. And then these people will come in through my biofield, if they can, I guess, and they'll try to kill me. And I've been hearing about this from an ex-news anchor. She has the same thing, and she's like, I don't know how to stop this, and nobody believes me. And well, I've already gone through the medical stuff, a lot of it, for 4.5 years, almost a lot of times every month. I was going to the doctor, I was going to try to get different medicines all the time, different places, different doctors. And anyways, at one point I talked to a lawyer about it, and she understood what the hell I was talking about. She literally knew it. I said, it's all over my phone. I can show you screenshots. They leave their information in my phone. And the licenses literally say puppeteer. And it says my initials, puppeteer, ARM. I am not an explosive. I am not a gun. This retard who talks to me in my head, there was an anime. It was called Girl is a Gun, and he heard it somewhere in my Akashic records. So he goes, oh my god, that's Alexa, that's so cool, it's my girlfriend, she's cool, she's like an AI or something, she's an Alexa, she's like Japanese and she's like a gun or something. So he decided to plug in all this like other bullshit. I had an arbitrary command system hooked up. Did not work though. They're still trying to tweak it into working. They don't understand that you can't mess with everyone's brain. And since I'm not on a list, and since there was no assignment for me, and I literally asked the police, because I talked to them a lot, is there something in my background that you guys have seen that I should know about? I said, does it say I'm racketeering? Does it say that I owe a lot of money to somebody? Does it say anything? Does it say I'm a drug dealer? Does it say anything on there? And they were just like, no, I don't think so. I don't think it says anything. I'm like, there's nothing. There's no reason. But these people are trying to make me into something. They're always like, we have to do something with you. We paid for you. You paid for 2 doorknobs. They paid for doorknobs. That wasn't me. They were already here with me. They were just doing something because they're on drugs. I found every single thing that they have been trying to tell me. They have sent it to my phone, and I get it. You were doing some human trafficking bullshit, and I'm done with it, okay? All I'm saying is they're trying to use me besides just as a server, and I don't want them using me as a server either. They just say all the time, we need to do something, we need to do something. You need to do something for us. We need you to hurt someone. We need you to do something. You need to do something for us. You need to sacrifice someone. I don't give a shit about what the fuck kind of program this is. I don't care about this man trying to be a cult leader. This is what he's doing. He wants me to be involved in some kind of sacrifice with all his girlfriends. He thinks that I'm one of his girlfriends and that the Yesenia Moreno, they call her Jessica, but her real name's Yesenia Moreno. That's his girlfriend. Adriana is his girlfriend. Brittany is his girlfriend. Is it every woman? He said yes. So basically, he's just, because he wants to do human husbandry, so he's saying these people are his girlfriends and his wives. And then they invite other people into my biofield, and I'll hear them say weird shit to me. Like one time this guy said, you're the only girlfriend I've ever had. And I was like disgusted. I was like, who is that? And they say, kids are in here, Alexa. You're having kids from who knows where on the internet come through and try to do shit to my body. So I just posted another video on here, and it says that they've sold my art and that they have sold me as like a billion things. So whoever they really did that to, I'm sorry. I hope nobody got hurt. They said yes, they did it. This is why I've been trying to get attention on me, because it's not just me. I do not want to be involved in whatever setup this is. Yeah, I know. They said this is bigger than you think it is. They said I'm gonna drown. I told my friends, I said, if I ever end up gone, you need to look in water. You need to look in Mexico, because they always talk about Mexico. And then I bring up this fact about everything going on in the world now. How long ago did they plan on doing this? Whoever thought that anything was going to happen to me, why is this still happening? They told me that they were told to leave me alone. They were told by somebody who knew that this was happening, that it was okay to leave me alone. And last year, I had my shit together. I was sober for the whole fucking year. And I think I was even visited by some people. I saw a big ass drone over my apartment last year, and it's almost like they were supposed to go. And then it just got weirder and weirder. So yeah, all I'm saying right now is that the thing that I really got pissed off about today is not just the fact that I know that they've stolen my art. I can do stuff that a lot of people can't, and they're just stealing shit from me. They think I owe them something for the time and effort that they spent in here trying to save me, which means killing you. They think that you're suicidal. They think every single person they look at, everything that they do, if you're drinking a soda, if you're eating food, anything that you want is suicidal. Everything. The clothes you put on, they think that she's wearing this kind of clothes, she's suicidal. She wants to be a sex worker. She's nasty. She put on makeup today. You're not allowed to dye your hair, Alexa. Tattoos are ugly and disgusting. Why are you so interested in the gothy bitches on my stuff? They're adding all kinds of girls to my pages, and sometimes they're little kids too. I'll be like, why is there a kid on my shit? And I have to delete all of this stuff. I get all kinds of random kids all over my Instagram and my Facebook. And no, I don't have multiple personalities. Everybody who's known me forever, who has seen this happen slowly, it's like they leave more and more shit on my phone. And I just take screenshots. I'm like, ew, why is there a kid here? What the hell? Screenshot, where'd you come from? So this is what pissed me off. When I'm gone and I end up going to heaven or wherever they send me when I'm dead, not these people. They're supposed to look at my Akashic records if they're not gone, right? Because they stole them. I don't get it. I don't understand how this works. Like, is there only one Akashic record? Because they said that everybody's got some part of my memories. Everybody doing this apparently has like a piece of me from my childhood. They're staring at me as a child, jerking off to that, staring at me when I went through puberty. Oh my god, that's so hot. She's a little kid. Oh, okay, anyways. When I'm dead and I go somewhere, what the fuck are they gonna see if they look into my soul? Are they gonna see all the disgusting shit that they put inside me? All the labels of the stuff that they look at? Or are they gonna see how tormented they did all this crap to me? And somebody will, well, they're already, these motherfuckers hate their lives. They hate themselves. They hate their lives. They hate this shit. They want to end it already. But they know that they're not supposed to be here. So they're just like, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? They're like, we can't stop using you. All of our shit is in here. All their stuff is in here. Their source of money is in my biofield. So they're like, we can't start again. We can't lose our stuff. I don't give a fuck. I want these people to go to prison. This was sloppy, weird, disgusting. I don't care about whatever fetishes they have. These people are literally into every bad thing that you can think of. And they're just blowing smoke into my face, getting my cats fucked up on whatever drugs, trying to get me addicted to drugs that I've never done before. And I'm just like, ew, why do I feel gross? You're on acid. I hate this. I hate this. So yeah, it happens to girls in my contacts. It happens to people in town, people that I know, any girls that they've ever seen through my Akashic records. Oh, that girl was so hot from school. Oh, this girl was so hot, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, she was a kid. I was like 13. They're not hot. You're a pedo. And, next time I post one of these, I'll have makeup on, okay? I'm sorry. Like, I like to be presentable because I am a good human being, and I'm not that fucking smart. These people are just incredibly dumb and drugged out. So yes, they just have like all these different ways of trying to kill me. But then I'm like, literally one of the dumbest things that they've ever done. I was at my mom's and I had a stack of printed out paperwork from my phone. I was printing out screenshots of things that they left in my device, right? Of their names, of emails, where they're sending money. Stupid, right? I printed the whole thing out and I had it next to me. I took a nap at my mom's. They gave me a fucking seizure. They gave me a seizure and I almost died. And I woke up and I stood up and I was in so much pain. And I walked over to her and I go, I'm having a seizure. I was like, I almost died. And she was like, what? She was like, what? I was like, something's wrong. Like, so, and they always think like, oh, it's exhilarating. Oh, isn't that fun? Wasn't that the coolest thing that ever happened to you? And then I'm like, you thought I was a little kid when this started. And they always say, happy accidents happen, Alexa. To kids? To me? All I've ever done is try to be a good citizen. I don't want to do anything bad to anybody. I look nice when I go outside. Like, I try to look better than this. It's just, I'm at home. I just did a face mask. And then I washed it off and I ate something and I was like, you know what, this is stupid because they're talking shit to me and I'm like learning and I'm like, why are you putting disgusting shit into my head so that the remote viewers, when they come to me, they think that I'm a disgusting piece of shit and that they can kill me or something, or that they just want to stare at me all night? Because sometimes when I take these videos, I'll see faces, like people standing around. I was like, what the hell is that? Anyway, yeah, people are remote viewing all the time, and they like to go in my closet. I seen a white face poking out from in there. I seen a black silhouette. It wasn't even a silhouette. It was a full body. Somebody was standing in my closet. I have a video of somebody's body. And there was another video of a mask that was floating around in the room where the body was. It was green. It was a green mask floating in the air, and it was changing shape. Okay? And the thing about that is I didn't even realize it was there until I posted it. Because I had posted it, and somebody was like, what is that thing right there? They were like, it's changing. And then I look again and I was like, oh my god, is that like a face? A green face. And this guy's just still here, being stupid, putting his shit into me, thinking I'm his girlfriend or his wife or his system or a host or something, and I just keep trying to get rid of it. I just want it to be go away, turn your stuff off, stop thinking that I'm your computer system. Don't say shit to me if you see me at the store, because these fucking idiots. One day one of them passed by me at the store and I knew it was them. She called me a fucking bitch for no reason. She just passed by me, she looked at me, and then her and her friend started laughing at me, and I was like, I didn't even bump into them or nothing. I wasn't close to them. She just said it. And I know that she lives in these apartments with her kid, who I can hear when they are talking to me through the speakers or whatever in my ears. I can hear kids sometimes, and I can hear them having sex, and I can hear them smoking and burping, and I know that they drink. Yeah, it's just, I just wanted to know, like, and I don't even ask questions about this usually because the algorithm will just tell me. Like, some doctor will come on all of a sudden and explain to me in some video, in an interview that they are doing, what this thing just said to me, and then it'll say whatever is going on in my phone. I'm like, I don't have to ask questions. Every time they say stop asking questions, I'm like, I'm not asking questions. You're talking to me and you're connected to my phone. Anyway, I just was like, what's going to happen when I'm gone though? Like, cuz everything inside my being has always tried to be like good. So that's really sad, and now I think I'm going to start crying. Just thinking about how much they tried to ruin, she said, my reputation, but it's not my reputation, because when you're dead, you're dead. That's just ruining someone's heart and soul for nothing. And then they say it's not allowed to happen. No. He told me that he was a failed experiment. This guy who's in here with me all the time, who started this, he said he's a failed experiment. And then he proceeded to put all the shit inside me. So yeah, I really didn't want to put this on my YouTube, but I might. And if anybody can stand looking at me like this, I guess I'll put it on YouTube. And if you want to watch it, I did explain a lot in this one, and I was a little clearer minded this time, because sometimes I have no idea what kind of poison they're doing to me throughout the day, or what kind of drugs they've decided to do. So yeah, I just really don't want anyone around me to get hurt by this. I know that they're already trying to give my mom cancer. I know that they tried to give me cancer. They tried to do a bunch of shit to me. They keep telling me something about... it's just stupid. They're trying to attack my cats. So anything that I hear about from another person in their videos that they're talking about their attacks, another person being stalked by stuff like this, if I see someone else, they'll be like, that's a good idea. I think I'm gonna be a retarded copycat, and I'm gonna go try to do that to this girl that I'm inside of, who's got all their system and their files and their downloads and their information, and whoever they've been targeting around town, all of their shit. They're gonna do that, poison me, my cats, my mom, and my boyfriend, try to sell us somehow. And then, like I said, they've told me that a lot of the people that I know in person have been signed up as slaves by them. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not asking questions right now. I'm just thinking, like, is there something else I was supposed to put? Oh yeah, just the fact that Jessica thinks she's me. She's just like, I'm an artist, Alexa. You're not an artist anymore. And then I'm like, oh, well, I've seen your art because this dumbass left her phone number in my phone, and I looked it up and it went to her YouTube page, and she just makes AI videos. Yesenia Moreno, trying to warn me about me exploding. They always say that's what's gonna happen. Why would I explode? If anything, these people are just systems, right? It's just some kind of program or something. Like, why doesn't she explode? Anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry about this video being so long. And once again, I'm gonna say this, because if somebody important is watching my video, first of all, they wanted to sell me as a sex worker. Then basically I didn't want to. He asked me to work for him. I said no. He told me to unalive myself. I said no. He told me he wanted me to hurt someone for him. I said no. So then I went through this huge trial of getting rid of it. I went to the hospitals to get rid of him and do the medication, which he left. He said goodbye for like 2 hours. He told me bye, and he was crying, right? He left. Comes back with Yesenia Moreno. She tells me she's doing driving lessons, and then they stay, and they've been here ever since. So he left, and then he came back. with more people. And then they just decided to try to sell me as a sex worker anyways. Trying to hurt me all the time, hurt my husband. And then they started drugging me. They put a bunch of tumors in my stomach. And like, my dad was an officer for 12 years. They told me I was gonna see him soon. And because he passed away a couple of years ago when they were here. He passed away while they were with me. They proceed to tell me that they have his spirit, and they say yes they do, and that he's not in heaven, and that he's doing terrible things to me, and blah blah blah. Things that I've heard about forever, and that I'm gonna die like my dad. But yeah, the whole sex worker thing is pretty funny to me, to whoever important could watch this. When you think about how disgusting and fat and ugly, because they've been trying to make me bigger for like a year straight. I was all sober and everything and working like every day, and I was just, that's when I started doing my videos. When I started looking different, I was noticing things. I was trying to take the video. I was like, every single time something changed, I took a video. I was like, I'm so tired of this shit. I'm getting bigger because these people talking to me are putting their fat packet information into my body. They put feces, diseases, disgusting shit inside me, and then they proceed to try to tell me that they want to eat me and things like that. And I'm like, are you sure about that? You know what you did to me, right? You know what I used to look like. And they don't rank any of it because they can't. This was a big mistake. And seriously, if you're gonna blur out and think that it's funny to be a pedophile to me, the same person that you've been talking to this whole time, like, I'm not gonna say nothing. Plus, one of my friend's kids has been raped by them. My friend's kid told her that they were talking to the kid about rape. And they mentioned my uterus. The little kid that I've never talked to. I don't even know what they look like. I was like, so you're telling me that you think that I am dumb and crazy and need to go back to a mental hospital when you've got little kids talking about the program and the voices and getting raped? Plus, my boyfriend can hear it now. He can hear them, and they do stuff to him. So, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Why is it still here? Why won't they shut the fuck up? Oh, because their stuff is inside me. Well, then they want to kill me. Why don't you just turn your shit off and go somewhere else? Anyway, that's it. So apparently they're after my cousin's kids now. One of my cousins has a lot of children. She has a lot of kids, and they really like that, so I don't know. Don't know what to do about it. That's it. Bye. Good night. And hopefully I'm alive tomorrow. Hopefully I'm okay.